Guys, oh my god, guys, did you hear Trump was shot? Jesus Christ. Shut up. I would say if you haven't heard already, but literally everyone has asked me in my DMs if I heard that Donald Trump got shot. Like, I'm gonna go call the hospital myself and send him into a fucking emergency room. What's poppin', my fellow Americans and my non-Americans, I guess. Hope you guys are having a good day. Mine is going pretty amazing. Well, it was going pretty amazing. Then I found out that my God, my King, my Lord and Savior, my boyfriend, my husband, Donald Trump might have, if not was shot today. In all seriousness, Donald Trump might have been shot recently. Like, I'm recording this as soon as I find out about it. And honestly, there was no way I wasn't going to find out about it because, like I said, everyone is asking me if I've heard. Without them, I would have been chilling out of my house, pleasantly unaware, petting my cat, doing whatever. But now that this national emergency has taken place, I must talk about it. So a rally was taking place in Butler, Pennsylvania recently for Donald Trump, and he was, I guess, making rebuttals of some arguments made against him, but like about 5 minutes in, there were a lot of shots that were heard being fired around the area. At least that's what everybody is assuming. It was a lot of loud popping noises, and on top of that, you could see his ear bleeding a little bit on his way out of the area.
And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Some pretty intense moments, as you can see from right there. He had put his arm up to his ear. The Secret Service rushed in to pile on top of him like this is some scene out of a movie. Things were looking pretty grim in that moment, but I'm telling you right now, stay in your seat, alright? The show's not over yet. It doesn't end there. As the Secret Service are trying to get him up and rush him to safety, he decides that he doesn't want to leave quite yet, despite possibly being shot at, and raises his fist up in the air to let the American people know he is not out of the fight yet, alright? He did not drop dead. He is not submitting to the shots fired. Holy hell, this content brand individual, this man seizing any opportunity he can, despite almost dying, decides he wants to put his fist up and make sure everybody knows that he is here. He is with them. He hears them. Listen, I can understand wanting to get hyped up for a situation. Things are intense, blood is pumping, and you want somebody strong to lead you. Does the person you want to lead you need to tell you that you need to get the fuck out of here? Like shots were just fired? Call it instinct if you want to. The first thing I'm doing if I hear anything resembling shots is leaving. People wanted to record, right? They wanted to show that the president is currently being escorted as if there's not a giant 4K 60 FPS Sony camera currently filming him being escorted out, him putting his fist up. Seems like some of these people in the audience were too busy edging to the fact that he is alive and well and putting his fist in the air for the American people to even run, find some safety. Or maybe it was all staged and they knew it was gonna happen from the beginning and they just got it for camera work. These are actually people trying to get a good shot for Donald Trump as he fakes this insane scene, this crazy stunt. Okay, now that I'm done cosplaying as Alex Jones, these are actual conspiracy theories that people are coming up with. And I mean, I guess I can't say it's completely a theory because there's no fact that he was shot. It just seems like there's a good chance he was. To be fair, he must have gotten shot with a pebble because it seems to have done little to no damage to him. It just kind of made him bleed into his ear, or somewhere around that area at least. Couldn't have been that detrimental because he was able to stay there for another like 10 to 20 seconds, put his fist in the air, chant USA with his people, and get this hard-ass picture. I'm not gonna lie, this is the hardest picture to come out in the last like 5 to 10 years, maybe even more. But I'm pretty sure all of this is also the reason why many people are trying to call this situation staged. Honestly, some of these guys sound like tinfoil hat wearers the way they're talking about this. This user is for some reason confused why a bunch of people in bumfuck nowhere that probably hear shots all the time around their area are not terrified by these shots that sound a lot weaker than your typical gun. Maybe I'm just saying that. I don't really shoot guns all day. I don't know much about them. But I'm just gonna be honest, right? People in Butler, Pennsylvania are the last people I expect to start going crazy when they hear gunshots. And even then, people were screaming and crying at this rally. So it's not like everybody in the area just sat there and waited for Trump to go, all right, you can go home now. That being said, I feel like that's what some of these people in the back were waiting for. On top of that, I'm seeing a whole lot of people on my feed wondering why this supposed shooter missed and didn't kill the guy. Like, Jesus Christ. I understand our choices are pretty terrible right now, but good lord, you're wishing death on him just on the feed casually? Fine, do as you please. Okay, that's weird as shit. Honestly, it's relieving to see one of these candidates is not too old just to tough it out and make sure he's safe enough to still become a president. I feel like Biden actually would have disintegrated if this happened to him, but who knows, right? That might just make me sound like a hater. Somebody on my feed tried saying that this was staged because the Secret Service were going too slow, even though I swear I saw one of these guys literally dive the second you heard shots in this clip. Some people think this is for sympathy votes, even though, you know what? I don't know how this whole political thing works. Maybe I'm the idiot and they're the genius. That sounds stupid as fuck in my opinion. How do you get sympathy votes for getting shot in the ear? I don't know. I feel like if anyone would get sympathy votes, and yes, this is another Biden joke, be prepared, but if anyone was getting sympathy votes, it'd be the guy that looks like he's about 1 HP from just kicking the curb, let's be honest here. And oh man, you're about to die? Well, might as well make you president. I'm sure they'll switch it for somebody else better anyway. So the whole sympathy votes doesn't really get by with me. I don't know. The way I see it, a lot of people are convinced that fist pump in the air makes this 100% staged. Okay. I feel like we should be a lot more concerned with how the fuck, if this is real, somebody managed to actually get a shooter that close to him to where they could hit his ear. Apparently they had like max security in this area. No one that got in was able to do that. How in the fuck, who in the fuck managed to sneak a little rifle in and still hit him in the ear like that? Security aside, right? Like, I feel like that should be the most concerning thing, but I guess we're more curious on why they missed, why they didn't just end Trump's life. That's not weird at all. Oh, right. Also, people think that it was a paintball attack. I mean, I guess is that what a paintball sounds like? Was it not too loud to be a paintball? I feel like they're not that loud. I've been to a paintball fight a total of 1 time. Because I was invited, and I don't remember that shit being that loud.
What did you see, sir?
I heard the shots. I thought it was firecrackers to begin with. Somebody over there was screaming, he's been shot, he's been shot. So I made my way over. I said, I'm an emergency department physician. Let me help you. The guy had spun around, was jammed between the benches. He had a headshot here. There was lots of blood, and he had brain matter there. And so I got him. There's a helicopter coming in to get him.
So according to that video you just watched, that is an emergency department physician that rushed over to help somebody else that had been shot somewhere in the head. He said there was blood and brain matter. Now, I don't know how much of this is true, but I'm not going to sit here and completely deny what he said, because that is the weirdest and most bad faith thing you can do in a situation like this. That could be somebody's life. So with what I have right now, not just Trump was shot at, and he's not the only one that it connected to. A whole lot of dangerous shit going on in America, alright? If you're not from here and you're watching all this, don't come over here, alright? We've got a lot going on. Many fires burning at the same time. Now, if you came to argue in my comments that this was staged and the person that was supposedly shot didn't really get shot, save your breath. It's a YouTube comment section, and I don't give a shit about politics. I'm definitely not gonna argue with you about it. But hey, in situations like these, everyone's a conspiracy theorist, right? Everyone's an analyst. So a whole another tweet saying that the potential shooter was being dragged out of the rally by the police and the CIA, and it's just some guy that doesn't even seem conscious being dragged by hands and feet. I don't even want to show you this. Safe to say it was a chaotic day. I wanted to talk about it because I needed something to talk about, and why not this, if anything? Now, I said don't argue, there's no point, but if you do want to state your opinion, I'd welcome that with open arms. Go ahead. Do you think it's staged? Do you think it's real? Do you think somebody was hired to do this? Do you think they set up a guy that was paid to do this? Hey, let me know. Tell me all of it. I want to hear all of your weird ass theories. Sure, some of you have ones that you refuse to keep to yourself, so you might as well put them in my comments. Like I said, don't expect me to argue. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, notifications, comment down below, blah blah blah. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
If you love America, say hell yeah. If you love America, say hell yeah. No taxes on tips if you vote for me. Stop the whole deep state, drain the whole DC. Big Mike has a bigger than me. I bet you miss my cheap gas and mean tweets. They accuse me of everything they do. If you're born with the penis, then you're a dude. I don't really care if you think that I'm rude. Under me, at least, people could afford their food. Kamala's a joke. Joe is corrupt, Big Mike is a dude, and he keeps it tucked. Kamala's a joke, Joe is corrupt, Big Mike is a dude, but he keeps it tucked. No, seriously, I've seen nothing up close, it's disgusting.